මාව ඇහෙනව නේද?
ඔව්
මාව
සර්.
ඇහෙනවනේ. ඔව් මම ඇත්තටම ඒ කියන්නේ දැන්
ඔව් සර්.
මේවායේ වටිනාකම අපි අද තේරුම් නැතුණාට තව අවුරුද්දක් යනකොට නැත්නම් අවුරුදු දෙකක් යනකොට මේවා අත්‍යවශ්‍ය වෙනවා. දැන් ලංකාවේ අධ්‍යාපන ප්‍රතිසංස්කරණ ගැන කතා කරනවා. කාටවත් හරි පදනමක් තියෙනවද අධ්‍යාපනයේ ප්‍රතිසංස්කරණය වෙනස් වෙන්න ඕන කොහමද? අධ්‍යාපනයේට කොහමද ඒ සම්බන්ධ වෙන්න ඕනේ? එතකොට දැන් ඊයේ කරේ ප්‍රසන්ටේෂන් එක මුම්බයි විශ්වවිද්‍යාලයේ කියන්නේ නිකන් අය නෙමෙයි පෝස්ට් ග්‍රැජුවේට්ස්ලා පශ්චාත් උපාධි අය ඊට පස්සේ PhD කරන අය මේගොල්ලෝ 10000කට වඩා උගන්වපු සීනියර්ම ප්‍රොෆෙසර් කෙනෙක්. ඒතර ඒගොල්ලෝ හදන්නේ දැන් ඒගොල්ලෝ රිසර්ච් කරන්නේ මිනිස්සු නැති කාර් හදන්න. ඒතර ඒ ප්‍රොෆෙසර් කෙනෙක් ඇවිල්ලා අපේ 20 දෙනෙකුට ප්‍රසන්ටේෂන් එකක් කරනවා. ඒතර එයා කොච්චර එකට ලෑස්ති වෙලා කොච්චර එක ආසාවෙන් කරනවද? ඉතින් ඒවැ වටිනාකම් මම කවදා හරි දවසක අපේ කට්ටියට දැනෙයි මේවා. ඒකයි මම මේවා හැම එකම රෙකෝඩ් කරලා YouTube එකට දාලා තියන්නේ. හැබැයි මේ ඕගොල්ලන්ට ලොකු දෙයක් කරන්න පුළුවන්. දැන් අපි එතනදී ඇත්තටම කරන්නේ ඒගොල්ලන්ගේ දැනුම අරගෙන තැන්පත් කරන එක. ඒ තැන්පත් කරන්නේ ඉංග්‍රීසි භාෂාවෙන්. නමුත් ඒ ටික ඕගොල්ලන්ට ලස්සනට අරගෙන හොඳට ගොඩනගලා සිංහලෙන් දෙන්න පුළුවන් එකක්. දෙකක් තමයි දැන් අපි ඇත්තටම Zoom එකෙන් මේ ප්‍රසන්ටේෂන් එකේ කන්ටෙන්ට් එක අපිට ටෙස්ට් එකක් විදිහට ගන්න පුළුවන්. ඒක අරගෙන ඒකේ පොඩි වෙනස්කම් ටික එඩිට් කරලා ඒක ඩොකියුමන්ට් වයිස් විදිහට අපිට පබ්ලිෂ් කරන්න පුළුවන් නම් මම හිතන්නේ ඒක ගොඩක් වටිනවා. මොකද දැන් අපි අහනේවා සමහරට අමතක වෙනවා. නමුත් ඒක ඩොකියුමන්ට් එකක් විදිහට තියෙනවා නම් ඒකේ print out එකක් අරගෙන highlight කරලා නැවත බලන්න පුළුවන්. මෙන්න මේ පැත්තට ඔයගොල්ලෝ තරුණයි ඔයගොල්ලන්ගේ දක්ෂතාවය තියෙනවා ඔයගොල්ලෝ හිතන්න එපා ඔයගොල්ලෝ ප්‍රී ස්කූල් ටීචර් කෙනෙක් නැත්නම් ප්‍රයිමරි ටීචර් කෙනෙක් ස්කූල් ටීචර් කෙනෙක් කියලා. ඔය මේ එකතු වෙන කට්ටියට පුළුවන් ලංකාවේම අධ්‍යාපනය වෙනස් කරන්න නායකත්වය ගන්න. ඒකට ආයේ තනතුරු ඕනේද අපිට කිසිම තනතුරක් නැහැනේ අපිට රජයේ ආයතනයක පියන් කෙනෙක්වත් බලතලය අපිට නැහැනේ. හරිනේ. අපිට සත පහක්වත් කවුරුවත් දෙන්නේ නැහැනේ උඹලා මේ කරන ඒවට අන්න මේ බිල් ටික ගෙවපන් ටෙලිෆෝන් එක ගෙවපන් අපි දැන් මේ හැම එකක්ම YouTube එකට දානවා. එතකොට YouTube එකේ දැන් YouTube එකේ data upload වෙනවා කියන්නේ පැය ගණන් කොච්චර යනවද? ඒතර එකක්වත් අපි කරන්නේ කාගෙන්වත් සතපහක් හම්බෙලා නෙවෙයිනේ. අපිට සල්ලි දිනවටත් නෙවෙයිනේ. අපි හිතනවා මේව රට වෙනුවෙන් කරලා ගියොත් අපිට මැරෙන්න ඉස්සෙල්ලා සතුට වෙන්න පුළුවන් කියලා. ඉතින් දැන් අපි ඇත්තටම දැන් අපි මුම්බයි කන්ෆරන්ස් එකට යනකොට ඌව පළාතේ පළාත් ලේකම්තුමාත් යනවා. එතන මුල්ලමාය සම්බන්ධ පළාත් අධ්‍යක්ෂකතුමාත් යනවා. ඒතර පළාත් ලේකම්තුමාගේ යටතේ තමයි ඌව පළාත් තියෙන සේරම ඉස්කෝල තියෙන්නේ. ඒතර එතුමන්ලත් මේවා ගිහලා දැක්කම එතකොට එතුමන්ලගේ අනුග්‍රහය සහයෝගය අනිවාර්යයෙන්ම ලැබෙයි අධ්‍යාපන යමක් කරන්න. එතකොට අනිත් පළාත්වල අපේ නිලන්ත මහත්තයලා අපේ කුලතිලක මහත්තයලා මේ වගේ පරිපාලන ඉහළම කට්ටියත් අපි වගේ කරනවා අපි කරන දේ දකිනවා ඒකට අපිට උදව් කරනවා. ඒතර ඕගොල්ලොනොත් ඇවිල්ලා මේකේ නියම විදියට මේ දේශන ටික පරිවර්තනය කරලා අපේ බිම් මට්ටමේ ටීචර්ස්ලාට නැත්නම් ටීචර්ස්ලා විතරක් නෙමෙයි මේවා හරියට යනවා නම් දෙමව්පියොත් අහනවා. සමාජය හරිය කැමති අලුත් දේ ගන්න. ඉතින් ඕගොල්ලන්ට ලොකු කාර්යභාරයක් තියෙනවා කරන්න. ඒතර දැන් ඕගොල්ලන් ඇත්තටම හැමෝම දක්ෂයි. දැන් ප්‍රසන්ටේෂන් කරනකොට තමයි ඕගොල්ලන්ගේ දක්ෂතාව දකින්නේ. එතකොට ඕගොල්ලෝ එකට එකතු වෙලා එක ටීම් එකක් විදිහට කරනවා නම් මම හිතන්නේ ලොකු පරිවර්තනයක් කරන්න පුළුවන්. දැන් ඕගොල්ලන්ට හැමෝම දැන් මෙතන ගොඩක් වෙලාවට ඉංග්‍රීසියෙන් හොඳ තේරුම් ගන්න පුළුවන් කට්ටිය ඉන්නවා. ඒගොල්ලන්ට පුළුවන් දැන් ඔය ශානිකා කරන්නේ අර ප්‍රීති තියාගේ දේශන ටික අරන් ශානිකා ඒක අරගෙන ඒක ස්ටඩි කරලා සිංහලෙන් කරන මම හිතන්නේ ඒක ලොකු චැලෙන්ජ් එකක් නේද ශානිකා? නමුත් ඒක වෙන කාටවත් නැතත් ශානිකාට වටිනවනේ.
ඔව්. ඇත්තටම සර්
එයා
ගොඩක් අපි දේවල් ඉගෙන ගත්තා මේ ටික දවසට මම පෙර පාසල් ගුරුවරියක් වශයෙන් සෑහෙන ලොකු දෙයක් ඉගෙන ගත්තා ඒ ට්‍රාන්ස්ලේෂන් හරහා. ඇත්තටම thank you sir thank you හැමතිස්සෙම.
ඉතින් ඒක නිසා ඕගොල්ලෝ යන මම ඉස්සරම මම විශ්වවිද්‍යාලේ ඉන්න කාලේ ලංකා ඉන්ටර්නැෂනල් කන්ෆරන්ස් එකක් ඒක කරේ ප්‍රංශයේ හිටපු තානාපති ලංකාවේ අපේ වයිස් චාන්සලර් තමයි ප්‍රංශේ තානාපති වෙලා ගියේ. එතකොට මේ ප්‍රංශේ ඒ තානා ලෝකෙම තියෙන එකක් ලංකාවේ තිබ්බා. එතකොට ඒකේ ඡන්දේ තියන්නේ ඉලෙක්ෂන් එක තියන්නේ සම්පූර්ණ කම්පියුටර් සිස්ටම් එකකින්. එතකොට ඒ කන්ෆරන්ස් එකකින් මාවා. එතකොට මේ ඡන්දෙට ඉස්සෙල්ලා ඒ ඡන්දේ කොහමද ඉලෙක්ෂන් එකෙන් වෝට් දෙන්නේ කියන එක ඒගොල්ලන්ට කියලා දෙන්න ඕනේ. එතකොට ඒකට වෙනම කම්පියුටර් එකක් දාලා වෙනම දාලා ඒ ප්‍රොෆෙසර් මාව දාන්නවා. ඒක එතකොට ප්‍රංශයට අපේ තානාපතිතුමා ඉතින් මට කිව්වා මට ගෙවීමක් කරන්නම් පුළුවන් ද සතියක් ඇවිල්ලා මේ එන මේ පිටරටවල එන උන්ට මේක කියලා දෙන්න. අන්තිම දවස් තමයි ඡන්දේ තියෙන්නේ. මමත් හා කියලා පැනලා බාරගත්තා. ඒ මොකද ඒ කාලේ හැටියට ඒක ලොකු අත්දැකීමක්. පස්සේ මම ගියාම හරි බයයි. මොකද ඕස්ට්‍රේලියානු කාරෝ අපිට වඩා අපි වගේ දෙගුණයක් විතර උසයි. සද්දන්තේ ඉන්නේ. ඒතර මම විශ්වවිද්‍යාල ශිෂ්‍යෙක්. ඉතින් මම ගියා මට අර අපේ ප්‍රංශ තානාපති අපේ හෙඩ් ටයිසර් කිව්වා උන්ට ඇඟපත තිබුණාට ලොකු හිටියට බය වෙන්න එපා. මේ බය නැතුව කතා කරන්න, බය නැතුව පැහැදිලි කරන්න, සේරම කරන්න කියලා. එහෙම දවස් දෙකක් යනකොට මට තේරෙනවා. එතකොට මමත් එතකොට ඒගොල්ලන් එක මූව් වෙලා ඒගොල්ලන්ට කියනවා. එතකොට අපිට තේරෙනවා ඒගොල්ලන්ව අපිටත් කන්ට්‍රෝල් කරන්න පුළුවන් කියලා. ඒ වගේ. එතකොට අපි මේ අත්දැකීම් අරගෙන දැන් අපි ලෝකෙත් එක්ක ගනුදෙනු කරනකොට අපිට තේරෙනවා හරි ලේසියි කියලා. ලංකාවේ වැඩ කරනට වඩා ලේසියි කියලා ලෝකෙත් එක්ක වැඩ කරන එකයි. ඉතින් මම ඕගොල්ලන්ට කියන්නේ මේ දූපතෙන් එළියට යන්න. ගිහලා ලෝකෙත් එක්ක නෙට්වර්ක් හදාගන්න. හදාගෙන හොඳම දේ අරගෙන ලංකාව දියුණු කරන්න. ඉතින් ඒකට අපි ප්ලැට්ෆෝම් හදලා තියෙනවා. හදලා තියෙනවා ඕගොල්ලන්ට ගෙදර වැඩ තියෙනවා, ළමයින්ගේ වැඩ තියෙනවා, මනුස්සයාගේ වැඩ තියෙනවා, ඕගොල්ලන්ගේ ජීවිතේ වැඩ තියෙනවා, හැම දෙයක්ම තියෙනවා. හරිනේ. එහෙම කියලා ඕගොල්ලන්ට ලොකු ගමනක් යන්න තියෙනක නැති කරගන්න එපා. මං කියන එක තේරෙනවද? ඒක නිසා ඒකට අපිට කාගවත් ඇදලා කියන්න බෑ. මොකද අපි සාමාන්‍ය කිසිම කෙනෙකුට කියන්නේ ඔයා මේක කරන්න කියලා. නමුත් කරන්න ආස කෙනා ඉස්සරහට යන කෙනාට පුළුවන් තරම් පාර හදලා දෙන එක තමයි කරන්නේ. ඉතින් ඕගොල්ලන්ට මේක ඒ කියන්නේ ඕගොල්ලන්ගේ කැරියර් එකනේ ගොඩක් වටින්නේ. දැන් මං කිය ගොඩාක් ඔය අපිට ප්‍රසන්ටේෂන් ඒගොල්ලන්ගේ කැරියර් එකට ඒගොල්ලන් මේක එකතු කරගන්නේ. දැන් ඕගොල්ලන්ට අපි බලාපොරොත්තු වෙන නැෂනල් ලෙවල් එකේ ලංකාවේ කන්ෆරන්ස් එකක් කරන්න සැප්තැම්බර් වල. ඒතර කන්ෆරන්ස් එකට ඉදිරිපත් කිරීම කරා කියන එක එයාගේ ප්‍රොෆයිල් එකට ඇඩ් කරගන්නවා. ඒතර දැන් ඕගොල්ලන්ට මං කියන්නේ මේ ප්‍රසන්ටේෂන් ડોකියුමන්ට් වයිස් කරන්න කියලා. ඒක කරාම ඒක ඕගොල්ලන්ගේ කැරියර් එකට එකතු වෙනවා. ඕගොල්ලන්ගේ ප්‍රොෆයිල් එකට එකතු වෙනවා. අපි කොහොමත් ඉන්ටර්නැෂනල් කන්ෆරන්ස් එකක් නැෂනල් කන්ෆරන්ස් එකෙත් ડોකියුමන්ට්ස් පබ්ලිෂ් කරන එකක් කරන්න බලාපොරොත්තු වෙනවා. ඉතින් මේ ගොඩක් දේ අපිට තනියම කරන්න බෑ. ඉතින් ඕගොල්ලන්ගේ නායකත්වයේ ඕගොල්ලන්වත් එකට එකතු වුණොත් මම හිතන්නේ අපිට ලංකාවේ අධ්‍යාපනය වෙනසක් කරන්න පුළුවන්. මෙතන හොඳ කට්ටියක් ඉන්නවා. මෙතන ඉන්න හැමෝම දක්ෂයි. නේද විමුරි? සද්ද නැතුව හිටියට. හරි. ඔයගොල්ලෝ කට්ටිය හරිනම් පටන් ගන්න. නැත්තම් ඉන්න මේ ඕගොල්ලන්ට බැරිද ඔය දේශන දැන් අර ශානිකා කරනවා වගේ මේ හැම දේශනයක්ම දැන් ඊ එක ඔයගොල්ලෝ ට්‍රාන්ස්ලේට් කරනවද? පෙරේද එකයි?
ඔව් සර්. දිල්ෂාට
ඕගොල්ලන්ට මේමයි දැන් අද දේශනේ කියමුකෝ. අද දේශනේ ස්ලයිඩ් එකෙන් ස්ලයිඩ් එකට ට්‍රාන්ස්ලේට් කරන්න බැරි වුණත් කමක් නැහැ. ඒ කන්ටේන්ට් එක අරගෙන ඒ කන්ටේන්ට් එක ඔයගොල්ලන්ට විනාඩි 10කින් ඉදිරිපත් කරන්න පුළුවන් නම් එතකොට ඒක බයි විනාඩි 10න් ඒ කන්ටේන්ට් එකේ අන්තර්ගතය ඔලුවට ගන්න පුළුවන්. එතකොට ඒ ඔලුවට ගත්ත කෙනා ඊට පස්සේ මේ වීඩියෝ එක බලනකොට එයාට අර ඉංග්‍රීසි ටිකක් තේරෙනවා. දැන් අපි ඉස්සර කරා අපි ප්‍රසන්ටේෂන් එක කරාට පස්සේ එක්කෙනෙක් ඒ කරපු ප්‍රසන්ටේෂන් එකම සමරයිස් කරන විනාඩි 10ක් අරගෙන. ඒක. එතකොට ඒක ටිකක් චැලෙන්ජ් එකක්. මොකද ඒ කරන ප්‍රසන්ටේෂන් අවධානයෙන් ඉඳලා සේරම ටික නෝට් කරගෙන කරන්න ඕනේ. ඊට වඩා ලේසි ඔයගලන්ට මේ ප්‍රසන්ටේෂන් එකේ කන්ටෙන්ට් එක අරගෙන ඒක මේ ඉදිරිපත් කරන එක.
ඒ අදහස නම් හොඳයි සර්. එතකොට විනාඩි 10න් ඉවරයිනේ නේද?
ඔය දැන් අපි කියමුකෝ දැන්
ඒකේ තියෙන දේ.
ඔව්.
සර් සර්
හෙලෝ.
සර් කලින් ඇහුන්නේ නැහැ.
ඔව් දැන් මං කිව්වේ දැන් සමහර වෙලාවට කෙනෙකුට මේ අපි කියමුකෝ අද ප්‍රසන්ටේෂන් එක කියලා. අද ප්‍රසන්ටේෂන් එක සම්පූර්ණ ස්ලයිඩ් එකෙන් ස්ලයිඩ් එක ට්‍රාන්ස්ලේට් කරන්න ගියොත් අමාරු වෙන්න පුළුවන්. නමුත් මේ ප්‍රසන්ටේෂන් එකේ කන්ටේන්ට් එක අරගෙන කන්ටේන්ට් එක ඔයගොල්ලන් පැහැදිලි කරොත් ඒක විනාඩි 10කින් කරන්න පුළුවන්. එතකොට ඒකේ රෙෆරන්ස් විදිහට ඔයගොල්ලෝ දානවා මේ වීඩියෝ එක බලන්න. මෙන්න මෙයාගේ මෙන්න මේ මාතෘකාව ඔස්සේ කරපු ප්‍රසන්ටේෂන් එකේ සිංහල සාරාංශය කියලා කරා නම් හරියි. ඒතර වැඩි විස්තර ඕන නම් මේක බලන්න කියලා. එතකොට එයාට දැන් අපි කියමු ඉංග්‍රීසියෙන් 100ක් තේරෙන්නේ නැති කෙනෙකුට උනා. සිංහල සාරාංශයෙන් අර කන්ටේන්ට් එක ඔලුවට ගන්න පුළුවන් නේ. එයාට වැඩිම නැත් ඕනේ නම් එයාට තව පාරක් මේ වීඩියෝ එක අහන්න පුළුවන්. මාව ඇහෙන්නේ නැද්ද?
හරි සර්. ඇහෙනවා සර් පැහැදිලි.
අපි කොහොමද දැන් මම බලාපොරොත්තු වෙනවා සැප්තැම්බර් අන්තිමට ලංකාවේ කන්ෆරන්ස් එකක් කරන්න. ලංකාවේ කන්ෆරන්ස් එකක් කරන්න හෝල් එකක් අරගෙන එතකොට ඒකේ පිට කට්ටිය ඒවි පිට ටීචර්ස්ලායි බලන්න. ඒතර ඕගොල්ලෝ දැන් මේ පදනමක් තියෙන ඕගොල්ලෝ දැන් මේ ප්‍රසන්ටේෂන් කරන ඇයට ඕගොල්ලන්ගේ දක්ෂ ඇයට අපි අවස්ථාව දෙනවා කන්ෆරන්ස් එකේදී විනාඩි 8ක් විනාඩි 10ක් ප්‍රසන්ටේෂන් එකක් කරන්න. ඒතර එක්කෙනෙකුට දැන් මේ අපි හිතමුකෝ මේ අද කරපු ප්‍රසන්ටේෂන් එක ට්‍රාන්ස්ලේට් කරලා ඒක සමරයිස් කරලා මේ කරපු එක්කෙනාට අපි දෙනවා මේ මාතෘකාව ඔස්සේ AI කොහොමද STEM এডুকেෂන් ගැන ප්‍රසන්ට් කරන්න. ඒතකොට එයාට අවශ්‍ය කරුණුත් ඇවිල්ලා එයාට පදනමත් හැදිලා එයා ගැන තව සර්ච් කරලා එයාට ප්‍රසන්ටේෂන් එකත් කරන්න අවස්ථාව හම් වෙනවා. ඒතර එයාට ඒක ඩොකියුමන්ට් එකක් විදිහට ඒක පබ්ලිෂ් කරන්නත් පුළුවන්. රිසර්ච් දැන් අර අපේ කන්ෆරන්ස් එකට දැන් අදත් අර ඉන්දියන් කෙනෙක් කතා කරා. එයා එනවා. එයාත් කැම්පස් එකේ ලෙක්චරර් කෙනෙක්. නමුත් එතකොට එයා එන්නේ එයා රිසර්ච් පේ කියන්නේ එයා ඒ ගැන ආටිකල් එකක් ලියලා ඒක එයා පබ්ලිෂ් කරන්නේ ප්‍රසන්ට් කරන්නේ කන්ෆරන්ස් එකේදී. ඒතර ඒවා ඒක වෙනම කල්චර් එකක්. ඒක අපි අර තාම අපේ කට්ටියට ඒක තේරෙන්නේ නැති. කියන කන්ෆරන්ස් එකකට ඇවිල්ලා කන්ෆරන්ස් එකේ රිසර්ච් එකක් පබ්ලිෂ් කරනවා කියන එක රිසර්ච් එකක් ප්‍රසන්ට් කරනවා කියන එක ඒක ඒගොල්ලන්ගේ කැරියර් එකේ වටනවා. ඒ කියන්නේ ඒක ඇකඩමික් හයි ප්‍රොෆයිල්ස් වල බලන්නේ ඒවා. එතකොට දැන් ඕගොල්ලන්ව ඒකට හොරු කරන්න තමයි අපි නැෂනල් ලෙවල් එකේ කන්ෆරන්ස් එකක් කරමු. දැන් අපිට හැමෝටම ඉන්දියාවට යන්න බෑනේ ලක්ෂයක් විතර වියදම් කරගෙන. නමුත් අපිට රුපියල් 5000ක් වියදම් කරගෙන කොළඹ දවස් දෙකක ප්‍රෝග්‍රෑම් එකක් කරන්න පුළුවන් නේ. එහෙම. ඒක ඉතින් අපිත් පුළුවන්කමට නෙවෙයි කරන්නේ අපිත් යමක් කොහොම හරි කරමු කියන චේතනාවෙන් කරන්නේ. ඉතින් ඒකෙදි ඕගොල්ලන්ට ලොකු ඇකඩමික් දායකත්වයක් දෙන්න පුළුවන්. අපි ඕගොල්ලන්ට දැනුමක් දීලා කරන්න ඕනෙත් දේ දුන්නම ඒතකොට ඔය එක අපි වෙනින් කරන දෙයක් නෙවෙයි. ඕගොල්ලන්ගේ කැරියර් එකට එකතු වෙන දෙයක්. අපිත් එක කතා නොකරනම කට්ටියක් ඉන්නවනේ. ඒගොල්ලන්ගේ අදහස් මොනවද? ෆාතිමා, නෝජා, කෝකිලා, ලක්ෂිකා, මොහොමඩ්, ලෝගු, ප්‍රසාංගි, ප්‍රසාන්ති. good evening. මම මේ අරගොල්ලන් විනාඩි 5 කිලෝ එකයි කතා කරන්නේ. ඒගොල්ලෝ හරිනම් මට කියන්න එතකොට අපි නවත්තනවා.
අපිට අදහස් තියෙනවා ෆැමිලි එකකින් කරන වගේ අර මේ සාරංශ ටික දැනගලා අපි කරන්න.
I think මේ අන්නේ මට ඒක අමතක වුණා කියන්නේ අහපේක හොඳයි. දැන් අපි හිතමු දැන් සිංහලෙන් කරනවා වගේම අපි හිතමු අද දේශනේ අරගෙන ඒ දේශනේ කන්ටෙන්ට් එක ටැමිල් වලින් ට්‍රාන්ස්ලේට් කරන්න පුළුවන් නම් මොකද ඇත්තටම දැන් අපි අර චයිල්ඩ් කෙයාර් ලෙක්චර් සීරීස් එකක් පටන් ගත්තා. ඒකේ හැමදාම මට ටීචර්ස්ලා ටැමිල් ටීචර්ස්ලා අහන දෙයක් තමයි අනේ මේව ටික ටැමිල් වලින් කරන්න බැරිද කියලා. ඉතින් ඇත්තටම අපිට
ඒක
එහෙම
ඉංග්‍රීසි එකෙන්
රිසෝසස්
කරන්න බැරිද චයිල්ඩ් කෙයාර් එක?
කවුද ඉතින් කරන්නේ? ඒකනේ ප්‍රශ්නේ තියෙන්නේ. කොහොමද අපි කරන්නේ? ටැමිල් වලට අපිට
ඒක
දැන් ඒ
දැන්
ලෙක්චර්
දැන් මේමනිස් ඒක ප්‍රසන්ටේෂන් එකක් වගේ නම් මට ඒක ඉංග්‍රීසි එකෙන් කරන්න බෑ. දැන් මේක අර ඒ කියන්නේ ලෙක්චර් සීරීස් එකක් වගේ යන්නේ කතා කරගෙන යන නිසා තමයි ඒකේ නෝට්ස් මොනාරි ප්‍රසන්ටේෂන් එකක් තිබ්බම ඒක ට්‍රාන්ස්ලේට් කරන්න පුළුවන්. ඒක ඉංග්‍රීසි එකෙන් කරන්න පුළුවන්. අර මේක දැන් ටීචර් උගන්වනවා වගේනේ යන්නේ ක්‍රමේ යන නිසා තමයි පොඩ්ඩක් ඒක අමාරු වෙන්නේ.
ඒක අර යාගේ අත්දැකීමුත් එක්කනේ යන්නේ. ඒක නිකන් අර සංවාදයක් විදිහට ගොඩක් යනවානේ. ඒක එතකොට අර අපි කිව්ව අද එක නම් ප්‍රසන්ටේෂන් එක ට්‍රාන්ස්ලේට් කරලා සිංහලෙන් හරි දෙමළෙන් හරි ඕන එකකින් කරන්න පුළුවන්. අරක ටිකක් ඊට වඩා අර මේ යාගේ ටීචින් ස්ටයිල් එක
එකක් වගේ තිබුණා නම් ඒක අපිට ඒක කරන්න පුළුවන්.
ඔව්. ඒක ටිකක් අර කම්ප්ලිකේටඩ් වෙන්නේ මේ ප්‍රශ්නේ හින්දා. හැබැයි දැන් අපිට ඇප්ලිකේෂන් වල දෙනවා ඔකට 1000 මම හිතන්නේ 500ක් විතර ඇප්ලිකේෂන් වල දෙනවා චයිල්ඩ් කෙයාර් එකට. එතකොට මේ එතන ගොඩාක් අය ඉන්නවා ඉංග්‍රීසි මීඩියම් කරන්න බැරිද ටැමිල් වලින් කරන්න බැරිද කියලා අහන්න.
එක්කෝ ඒකේ මොනවාරි ලෙක්චර් නෝට්ස් මොනවාරි තිබුණා නම් WhatsApp ඒ වගේ නෝට්ස් මැඩම්ගේ නෝට්ස් ටිකක් තිබිලා WhatsApp කරා නම්
නෑ ඒක මේ පොයින්ට්ස් එක අරගෙන අපිට කරන්න ඕනේ.
ඊස් ප්‍රසන්ටේෂන් එකක් කරන්න බෑ. එක එක මොඩියුල්ස් වලට මොනවාරි සිංහලෙන් නෝට්ස් ටිකක් හරි තිබිලා WhatsApp කරා නම් ඒක මට ඉංග්‍රීසි එකෙන් ප්‍රසන්ටේෂන් එකක් කරන්න පුළුවන්. හදලා දෙන්න පුළුවන්. ඒ අදාළ විෂයන් වලට.
ඔව් අඩුම ගානේ දැන්
ටික කොහෙටද දානවා කිව්වෙස් දානවා කිව්ව නේද?
චයිල්ඩ් කෙයාර් මෙහෙමයි අපි අර eccd.lk දැන් අපි ලංකාවේ ඇතුලේ කරන සේරම මුල් ළමයි සම්බන්ධව අපි වෙනම වෙබ්සයිට් එකක් හදලා තියෙනවා eccd.lk කියලා. ඒකේ වෙනම චයිල්ඩ් කෙයාර් කියලා පේජ් එකක් තියෙනවා. ඒ චයිල්ඩ් කෙයාර් කියන පේජ් එකට තමයි අපි හැම වීඩියෝ එකක්ම දාන්නේ. හැම පාඩමක්ම හෑන්ඩ් අවුට් එකක්ම දාන්නේ. ඒකට නෝට්ස් ටික දාන්න. මේ මම එයාගෙන් බලන්නම් අපි මේ මම සිලබස් එක අරගෙන ඔයගලන්ට දාන්නම්. ඊට අමතරව මේ ඒ පළවෙනි අපි කිව්ව ඊයේ ගිය සතියේ කරපු දේශනේ කියලා. ඉතින් දේශනේ කන්ටෙන්ට් එක අරගෙන කන්ටෙන්ට් එක ඔයගලන්ට ඉංග්‍රීසි වලින් සමරයිස් හරි කරන්න පුළුවන් නම්
ඔව් ඒක කරන්න පුළුවන්. ඒ කියන්නේ පොඩ්ඩක් content එක prior දුන්නා නම් පොඩ්ඩක් ඒ කියන්නේ හරියට මට සිංහල එහෙම අර ලොකු වචන conversational කතා කරන දේවල් තේරෙනවා කියන ලොකු වචන තේරෙන්නේ නැහැ. ඒක නිසා ඒක මට content එක ඉස්සරහාම ලැබුණා නම් ඒකට prepare වෙන්න පුළුවන්.
ඒ කියන්නේ එයා ප්‍රසන්ටේෂන් එක කරාට පස්සේ තමයි අපිට මේ කන්ටෙන්ට් එක ගන්න වෙන්නේ.
ඔව් ඒ වගේ.
බදාද කරා නම් බදාදෙන් පස්සේ තමයි යාගේ එකේ කන්ටෙන්ට් එක ගන්න පුළුවන්. මම අහන්න එයා සමහරවිට
මේ අපි ස්ටේජ් 3 group 5 ෆැනල් ඩිස්කෂන් එක YouTube දැම්මේ නැද්ද සර් තාම?
ඒ ටික මේ දවස් දෙක තුනේ දායි. ඇත්තටම අපේ ප්‍රශ්න තියෙන්නේ අර අපේ තියෙන්නේ ලොකු GB එකක් අපි අරන් තින්නේ. ඒ data සේරම දැන් ඉවර වෙලා. ඉවර වෙලා අපි අදත් data ගොඩක් ගත්තා. ඒ ටිකත් ඉවරයි. මේ ඉතින් ඒක පොඩ්ඩක් ඒක එන්නේ මේ දාන්න. දැන් ඒ කියන්නේ අපි දැන් ඔයගොල්ලන්ගේ හැම මීටින් එකක්ම අපි YouTube දානවනේ. එතන YouTube අප්ලෝඩ් වෙනවා කියන්නේ මේ data යනවා එන 10GB 20GB විතර යනවා පැය දෙක යනකොට. ඉතින් දැන් ඒලා ඒකයි පොඩ්ඩක් අපි ස්ලෝ කරලා ඉන්නේ. අපි එඩිට් කරලා තියෙන ඒ ටික අප්ලෝඩ් කරන්නම් කොහමද ඉක්මනටම.
ඒ වගේම සර් accent research එක ගැන අද කතා කරනවා කිව්වද?
accent research එක ගැන කතා කරන්න තමයි අද ඇත්තටම දාගෙන තිබුණේ. එතකොට අපි මිසුත් අද ලෑස්තිලා හිටියේ ඒකට ප්‍රශ්න දෙකක් තිබුණා. එකක් තමයි මේගොල්ලෝ ඉන්දියන් අයට අපි කියලා තිබුණානේ අර මේ අපි ලෙක්චර් සීරීස් එක හැමදාම දවසට පැය ගානක් ඒගොල්ලන්ට දෙනවා කියලා. එහෙනම් අපේ ඉල්ලීම් මතන කරන්න ගියේ. එතකොට දැන් මෙයාගේ ප්‍රසන්ටේෂන් එක මෙයා ලෑස්ති වෙලා. එතකොට මට ඒක කැන්සල් කරන්නත් බෑ. ඊට පස්සේ මේ විප්ලමිස්සුත් හවස 5න් පස්සේ පොඩ්ඩක් අපි අර සංවේදනය කරගත්තේ සමහර කාරණා. ඊට පස්සේ අපි දින කරගෙන අපි ඉදිරියට කරමු කියලා. මොකද මිස් හෙට ඉඳලා නැහැ. හෙට ඉඳලා දවස් 4ෙම නැහැ. මිස් ඒක නිසා ඉරිදා තමයි මිස් ආයත් ෆ්‍රී තියෙන. එහෙනම් ඉරිදට කරමු කියලා අපි දාගත්තා. ඉරිදා එක කරනවා. ඒකේ ඔයගොල්ලෝ
කියයිගේ පොත් ටික හදාගන්න හැටි කියලා කියනවායි කිව්වා නේද? ඒක දුන්නේ නෑ නේද?
ඒක මං කියන්නම් මේ මිස්ටර් දැන් හෙට එතකොට ඒ කියලා දෙන්න කියලා. ඒතර ඔයගොල්ලෝ මේ ස්කිප් දේශනෙන් පස්සේ කතා කරනනේ. එතකොට ඔයගොල්ලන්ගේ අවශ්‍යතාව ටික කියන්න. මෙයා කළා. හරි අරගොල්ලෝ ලෑස්තිද ප්‍රසන්ටේෂන් එකට?
ඔව් සර් අපේ කට්ටිය ඇවිල්ලා ඉන්නේ සර්.
ආයෙත් ඔයගොල්ලෝ කරන්න. මම
ඔව්
ඔයගොල්ලෝ
සර්.
කාව
මාව හොස් කරන්න ශාස්නව හොස් කරන්න.
කාවද?
ශාස්නව මම.
හරි හරි. ඔය ඊට පස්සේ කන්ට්‍රෝල් කරගන්න අනිත් ඒවා.
හරි ඕකේ සර්. thank you.
මට පොඩ්ඩක් අත උස්සනවාද මෙතන මේ හෑන්ඩ් ට්‍රේස් කරනද මට මේ හොයාගන්න බෑ.
Yes, shall we start then? Dilshad, Vimuri,
Yes, you can start.
and
sir.
Dulanji is here. Right.
Yeah, Dulanji.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. My name is Shazna Rafi. So today I'm here to do a presentation on understanding oneself to understand each other as an educator. So first of all, I would like to thank Mr. Kamal Goda sir, Rashmi ma'am, Janaka sir, for Janaka Kamal Goda sir, Rashmi ma'am, for giving us this opportunity to speak here about this topic. And today's my presentations are Miss Dilshad, Dulanji, Vimuri, and you can see in the third picture, it's myself. So as I said, today's our presentation is about this presentation actually done by Mrs. Meena ma'am. So we are doing a rough brief instruction about this presentation. So it's about understanding oneself to understand each other as an educator. So I will start this topic with a small story about a boy. and a teacher. I mean, a student and a teacher. There was a young, curious student. Once he visited a wise teacher with his deep knowledge and understanding. The student eagerly said, "Teacher, I have come to learn from you. I have read many books and explored many teachings, and I wanted more. Please teach me." The teacher had a habit whenever a student visits her, he used to make a tea and give. So the teacher smiled gently and said, "Okay, let's have some tea first." Then he placed a cup in front of the student and he began to pour the tea to the cup. The student watched at the tea reach to the bottom. Now you can see the tea has reached to the bottom and then it started to overflow and it spilled on the table and then on the floor as well. The student said, "Stop. The cup is full. No more can go in." The student shouted. So teacher calmly replied, "Exactly like this cup, your mind is already full. So to learn more, to get more ideas, you have to empty your mind." So the moral of the story is, with so much of knowledge, when you comes in, you're unable to learn. So what you have to do, you have to empty your knowledge when you need to learn more. So you have to come you have to come with a blank knowledge so that you can gain more about understanding. So then here are some before understanding oneself, to understand each other as the educator. So first thing, a student should we can say these are the learning. Normally a learning completes with 4 main parts: 1/4 from the teacher, 1/4 from own intelligence, 1/4 from their classmates, 1/4 only with their time. So 1/4 from the teacher. What do you think? So it's like they learn from their teacher, a mentor, a guide. Then 1/4 from their own intelligence. So they learn through their questioning, reflections, like with their curiosity. And then 1/4 from classmate. That means they're learning from their peer, their friends. So through discussion, collaborations, so they learn. And then 1/4 only with time. That means with the experience. With the experience they are going through, with patiently they are learning. So next we are going to see understanding again about some challenges. So we are going to speak about challenges. Now in this picture, you can see 2 challenges here. In the first picture, you can see like a person is looking the picture. Somebody in the hand, you can see another person. That means a person is looking at himself and he's looking at in. That means we call it as internal challenge, the challenges we face internally. The next picture, you can see a person is taking grid up, a wheel up. We call this the challenges faced outside. These are called external challenges. So when it comes for internal challenges, what we can say, the internal challenges are self-doubt and low esteem, maybe lack of confidence, like not feeling good enough. Then next, the internal challenges we face is fear of failure, fear of rejections, like avoid taking risk. Okay, I might fail. I can't do this, like that. And the poor management, another internal challenge we face. They have the difficulty in organizing tasks and delaying important works. And one, lack of motivation. So some, they are not focused well, they are lack of motivation. And some with mental health issues. That means they have some conditions like anxiety, depression, stress out, burnout, anger. Some, they have internal challenges called negative talks. That means like, I can't do this, I will never succeed. So these are kind of internal challenges as a student, as a teacher we face. And there are some external challenges. External challenges mean family expectations and pressures. What maybe from a child, like a parent is expecting more to be called like that. And some, they have financial constraint. I mean, their lack of resources and money and limited to the education. And next, we can say workplace and academic pressure, the workload. Maybe in your school as a teacher, you have lots of pressure, you have lots of work to do. That means you're not satisfied. You're unable to do the work on time. And then there are like access to the opportunity. So less access to the opportunities also there, where unequal access, the quality of education sometimes maybe you're well qualified, but you're not getting well paid. So these are kind of external challenges. We say to balance the to have a balance with internal and external challenge, we should have a proper physical and mental well-being. It's very important. So over to you, Dilshad. Thank you.
Thank you, Shazna. Good evening, everyone. I'm Dilshad Siddiqa. So to understand oneself, to understand each other as educators, actually invite Ms. Imuri, my colleague, to share some ideas about these questions. Ms. Imuri, are you there?
Yes, Dilshad.
Imuri teacher?
Yes, can you hear
Thank
me?
you so much that you agree. Yeah, I can hear. I can hear. So thank you so much for you agreed to share some experience with us. Let me ask the first question. Imuri teacher, how often do you feel emotionally exhausted from your teaching responsibility?
Quite often, actually, because it's putting together everything, like the daily life and then the teaching and all that. You put all of that together. So generally, it comes about quite often. So sometimes I think it might affect how I might go to class and work and all, how I'd be prepared to do my things. So yes, you are right. It happens quite often.
It happens daily. Yeah. Thank you. My next question is, to what extent do you struggle with managing work-life balance?
At the start of my career, I struggled a lot. I took work to be my life, and I forgot that I had a life other than work. But as maybe I got more experience, I think I have a good work-life balance now. I think it's much better.
Thank you so much, Vibra teacher, for sharing your real experience. So we move to our teachers. Yeah, it's a really very good answer. We often experience. Thank you so much, Vibra teacher. So I'm just moving to the other teachers now. Just write in your paper or just think whether y'all are doing this or not. So the third question is, how frequently do you experience stress due to personal life issues impacting your teaching? Yeah, we all are mothers, sometimes wives, sometimes we have to act many roles in our life. So actually, very frequently, we have lots of it's very difficult to balance. Yes. And the other question we should think about ourselves: how challenging is it for you to maintain physical health amidst your teaching? Yes, think about that, teachers. Do you have meals on time? Do you take your medicines on time? Just think. We don't do that. So, how difficult do you find it to manage your own emotions while teaching? Meena ma'am says about her experience. She was informed about her grandfather's death when she was having a class. So, she told us how she managed that emotions. So I think each and everyone has the same experience, even myself. We all have those experiences, but as teachers, we should manage. Yes. The next question is, to what degree do you struggle to stay motivated and enthusiastic about teaching? Yes. No one motivates us. We ourselves should motivate ourselves, because some are there who can underestimate us, and some purposely do that to put us down. So we have to be very motivated on this platform, because we are teachers. We can't show our emotions to our kids. Yes. So think about that. And the other question is, we have to think, how often do you reflect on your teaching practices? Have you ever thought whether your teaching is successful? Have you ever taken a feedback from your children? So think about that. And how often do you feel satisfied by your reflection? So we have to think that not only teaching, we have to see whether the children got our lessons and what they have grabbed. So it's very important for us to see. And how challenging is it for you to be flexible and adapt to unexpected changes? Yes, there are different people around us with different ideas. So we have to be very flexible with them. And how difficult is it for you to set and maintain professional boundaries with students and parents? Even though we had lots of problems, we have to keep a very good, friendly, but professional maintenance or link with students and parents. We can be very friendly, but there is a limit. So this is a very good connection. We should have a very good professionally connections we should have with our parents and students, then the problems will be reduced if we do like that. And how often do you find it hard to find time for personal hobbies and interests? Teachers, have you ever read a novel for past years as you did in your young age? Just think about that. And how often do you neglect self-care? Yes, we don't have time to see ourselves, to see the physical health and mental health, because we are so busy not only with our teaching, with our personal life. So think about it, and we should motivate and we should take this as the educators, because we should understand ourselves to understand each other as educators. Thank you so much. Over to you, Vimuri.
Thank you, Dirshan. So when we came to this point, Meena ma'am was talking about what we tell ourselves. Now, usually as educated, we have a lot of things to tell. We tell the children what to do, we tell everyone how to do it, what to do, everything. But at this point, she wanted us to ask ourselves the questions. So understanding oneself to understand each other. So the questions here were quite usual phrases that maybe we say to ourselves. I'm fearful. We are fearful of what might happen by doing something or not doing something. You might say, I'm useless. You know, everyone else can do it. I don't really have to be part of it. I'm useless. Or I'm limited to. This is my role and that is all I need to do. I don't need to step out of my comfort zone. I'm just limited to this. Or I'm not loved. You know, I do this and this, but I'm not getting the love that I expect. I don't have any hold on. You feel that things are like out of your control. Things are happening that you can't really change or affect. You think that you are helpless at that time. I don't have any desires. I don't want to buy new clothes or have a nice watch or this stuff. You don't have any desires or interests to better yourself. I am weak. This can be physically as well as mentally. You feel that you're weak, you're not strong enough to do what needs to be done. I'm delicate or sensitive. What others say and do can easily affect me, and what they do can limit what I can do if they hadn't said that or done that. I'm ordinary. There's nothing really special about me, so I'm not going to shine. I'm just going to be on the sidelines. I'm unkind. I don't care for anything. Because this comes with I'm not loved, so then why should I be kind or loving to anyone else? I am common. I am looked down upon. Sometimes you feel that you've done a lot, but you are not appreciated, and you feel that everyone around you is looking down upon you. So these are sometimes things that we say to ourselves. So this can demotivate you, and it can reduce your productivity as well. So instead of talking to ourselves like this, Madam Meena suggested that we talk to ourselves in a different way. Next slide, please, Shazna. So here she says, like stretch yourself out and just shout out to the world and say, I am brave. I am brave because. Okay, so if you can just write down one sentence, why do you feel that you are brave? Now, with this opportunity that all of us have got through joining this course and through the association and Kamalguru's support and guidance, all of us have the opportunity to actually put our cameras on, do a presentation, which I feel needs quite a lot of bravery because it's not something we do on a regular basis. So we need to think about what we do because we are brave. Next slide, please. And this point, I am worthy. I am worthy for who I am, not for what others think I am, what I should be, but for who I am worthy. And what do I expect for myself by what I believe in myself to be. Next slide, please. And here we have I am unstoppable. So in the lecture that Meena ma'am conducted, a teacher spoke about her experiences and she said, I am unstoppable when it comes to the school concept. Whatever difficulties, whatever obstacles comes, she will overcome them and achieve her goal. So I think as teachers, especially when we are working with children and we need to have the outcome that they expect, we have to be unstoppable because we can't say, okay, this happened and we are not going to do it. So we, all of us as teachers, need to be unstoppable in our work life as well as our daily lives as well. So the next part will be conducted by my friend Dulanji. Over to you. Thank you.
Thank you, teacher. Yeah, like as Vimuri teacher talked about these things, now the next slide goes to I am loved by. Actually, just recognize. You need to ask the question, am I loving to myself? Are we loved to ourselves? Like sometimes we will think that my face is not like beautiful, or I have a lot of pimples on my face, and like my hair is not perfect. Likewise, those I don't have these things, I'm not perfect. Likewise, we get these kind of ideas. So then I'm not looking good. Like when someone commenting also to ourselves, that we think that okay, I'm not looking good and I'm not good enough to do this. Likewise, but we have to love to ourselves first, then only we can definitely return back and we can love to others as well. So we need to recognize that and we have to love ourselves, and we need to understand that who else are loving, our family is loving to us. So likewise, we need to think about that, the positivity. Next slide, please. I am powerful. I am powerful in the sense, not like men. We are as women. Men are like muscular. They have strength than us. They are much more stronger than us. But as women, like as especially as teachers, we are so powerful, right? We are dealing with the future of the country. So we as teachers, we are facing many challenges daily. So we are so powerful, even from our voice. If we can convince our parents, if we can talk to the management, or if you are a head teacher or a principal teacher, you're dealing with the teachers' problems and all, you're talking to teachers and convince, you're getting the issues and you're creating solutions. So you are so powerful, right? Your voice is powerful, and that is the powerful, that is the power that we need to have. And we are handling, kids and all. So we need to take that positivity within us, and that is what they call it, I am powerful. Next slide, please. Yes, I am valid, right? Yes, I am strong, I am valued, I am ambitious. The thing is, each and every person has a value in this world, even to a small kid, even to a teacher. Uh, so ambitious and valued, right? So you need to have a good value within you. You have to be very ambitious, and you need to think about the future, what you're going to do, and you have to be very strong within yourself to deal with all the problems and all. So you are a very valuable person and you are ambitious about that. So next slide, please. Yes, I am strong. Yeah, I am resilient. I am strong. All these things are like we need to answer the question within ourselves. We have to talk to us and see how I'm strong and how I am like good. We need to all of from all of these information we need to take and get the idea how valuable we are, and we need to deal to problems and facing challenges with a strong mindset, right? We have to have a strong thinking pattern. We have to strong enough to handle the situation, and we need to think only the positivity, not the negativity. The next slide, please. The next slide. Yeah, I am special. So each and every person has a special ability, special skills. And when someone is saying that you're not good enough, like you have to think that I am special. I am a very special person to this world, right? So you have to, as I always saying that in all these slides information, you have to think about the positivity, not the negativity. You have to think that you are good enough and you can do things. You are these in this world we can get new knowledge, like this program. There are tremendous way to get the knowledge and be educated, be strong to yourself. So you need to think about the positivity and get the opportunities what we have, and we need to develop ourselves and be special. So you can be special definitely when you're going to be educated. You can like do new things in an innovative way. Like we know there are a lot of preschools in this country, but if you're doing something special in a different way, in an innovative way, you're giving to your kids and you're giving to your society, you're giving to the world new things and good things in a very new way, you're going to be a special person. So that's what in here saying that with the positivity, we have to try harder and like be the person, then we can be the fullest. The next slide, please. Yes, I am kind too. Like all these things, you have to be kind, and I'm really kind to the actually the preschool role itself, the occupation, the job role itself. We are selecting because we are so like we have the empathy. Okay, we are not doing 8 to 5 hours jobs, and we are not dealing with only the management. We are dealing with the country's future. So we are really, really kind-hearted people. So we need to develop our skills and abilities in a very good way. And like, I am really kind to every person in this world. Especially you became a preschool teacher, you are a very kind character. So you have to think about the positivity and your specialities. Next slide, please. Yeah, I am unique. Actually, as I said, I am very unique in the sense teachers supposed to like think what are the uniqueness within myself, what are the unique things I have. Okay, I have these things. I can like, I am very strong. I can handle situations. I do have the creativity, and like I'm a very calm and like a very good character. I can convince people. Likewise, I am a very unique person. You have to think, even if you're not dealing the problems 100%, you have to think the positivity, and you have to be unique, and always think that I am unique. The next slide, please. Yes, I am valued, as I said previously, preschool teachers, right? You're making the children's foundation. Ultimately, they are going to be a good citizen to this world. So you're a very valuable person. You're dealing with them, and if you have a school, as I said before, you're dealing with teachers' problems. You're solving that. So you're creating jobs for the people. So you're a very valuable person to this world and to this country and to your society. So you have to think like that. Next slide, please. Yeah, these are the internal and external challenges. Each and every women, especially the preschool teachers or women, facing challenges, right? Internal challenges. Shazna teacher explained about the challenges we are getting internally, and externally what are the challenges we have. So if we are like thinking the challenges as a burden, or like you keep thinking, keep worrying about the only about the challenges, you can't face it, right? But we have to overcome those challenges by having a positivity, as I said before. And also you have to think about solutions, not just thinking about overthinking and just worrying about the challenges. You have to have the positivity and take the opportunity from the challenges we have. When once we get a challenge, you can definitely get an opportunity, right? Challenge this course is also some for some teachers. This course is like conducting some of the times in full in English medium. So some of the teachers are facing that challenge, but you have to take an advantage and you have to learn the language from this event. So you can develop yourself. That is the overcome. That is the solution that you need to think, not just thinking about and worrying about the challenge. You need to overcome them. That is why this person is on the challenges. The challenges are like lower to him, so he's gonna take the as an opportunity and take the challenge as opportunity and make the best advantages from the challenges. Next slide, please. That is all I think we have, yes, for this presentation. Next presentation, over to you, teacher.
Thank you so much, Dulanji. So, teachers, if you have any questions regarding today's presentation, you can ask us. Thank you then.
Shazna, shall I start? Good evening, everyone. Welcome to teacher-student presentation of Module 2, Lecture 2, Bird's Eye View, presented by Mrs. Meena Yamani. This program is implemented by International Association for Quality Education. I would like to thank Mr. Janaka Kamalgoda, sir. Thank you so much for giving us opportunity for presenting this as an assignment, and the officers who are behind you, thank you so much, and we hats off for your great effort. And I'm Dilshat Siddiqa, a subject teacher of Naja International School, and my peer group presenters are Mrs. Shazna Rafi, she's a founder of Phonics World Sri Lanka, and Mrs. Vimuri Nuguegoda, she's the founder of Wonder of Worlds Preschool, and Mrs. Dulanji Dahanayaka, she is the director and principal of Malkakulu Future Minds Montessori School, Diagama, Sri Lanka. Let me start the presentation. Bird's eye view. What's bird's eye view? Next slide, please. What's bird's eye view? It is like a bird, how it sees down when flying in the sky. When a bird sees high above the sky, it sees a wide area. So as a teacher, we should see a wide area as a bird sees from the sky. So we have to capture a wide area at once to our side as a teacher. And then we take exploring the layers of growth. Yes, it means studying and observing how different parts of our skills can develop one after another to have a very good educator. Next slide, please. Yes. When we explore the layers, we have lots of challenges. So first one is external challenges. External challenges, we have environmental factors around us, the environment, the surrounding us, the challenges. Sometimes we have to act not only as a teacher. Sometimes we have to say we have to take a lot of role models as a wife, as a mother, as a friend, or as a householder. There is a lot of environmental factors, so we should overcome it. And the social pressure. Yes, in South Asian countries, we know we have lots of obstacles. So there are social pressures really come forward. So we should overcome it. And technological disruptions. Yes, most of the teachers like me, we are facing a lot of technologically obstacles because we don't know how to handle new devices. So it's a very big challenge for us. So we can't stay just. We should start from the first to learn about these new technological devices and overcome these problems. And the next one is internal challenges. Next slide, please. Yes. When we take internal challenges, we should develop these one after another. First one is limiting belief. Yes, we have self-doubt in ourselves. So you have to overcome, you have to take that self-doubt. Just have to think we can. And negative thoughtless. We should leave it and take positive thoughtless. And emotional barrier. Sometimes the pressure, sometimes we are hurt by someone. So we should take it as Dulanji said earlier, resilience. We should come again for the normal position. We must learn how to manage or how to control our emotions. So this is a challenge for us. And lack of self-awareness. This is also an internal challenge we have in ourselves because we don't know what are the challenges, what are the talents we have in ourselves. So we have to find out our hidden talents, and born talent, what we have, identify them, and we should take it to our forward. And we have to identify the strength and the weakness, and we should motivate ourselves as teachers. Next slide, please. Yes. So when we explore the growth of layers, we told one by one we should develop our skills. Yes, we need a goal. We need goals. So when we take goals, we should be very smart. Smart. S means specific. M, measurable. A, attainable. R, relevant. And T, time. So time-based one. And S, when we take S, specific, you should have a particular goal. I will go to this goal one day. And you should have to tell this goal, I will achieve this on one day, I will achieve this. And the other one is measurable. Yes, we can't measure, as Meena ma'am says, we can't measure the peacefulness, we can't measure other feelings, but we can measure some things that we can reach to our goals. So assignment, when we take, how many assignments we can complete on a particular period, we can measure to set the goals. And attainable. Yes, we should set goals that you can achieve, and small goals to large goals, small goals to big goals we can achieve step by step. This is what Meena ma'am says in exploring growth of layers. And relevant. Yes, we should set goals relevant to our career. As teachers, we have to see what are the achievements, what are the things we should achieve. So to get a very good qualification as a teacher. So relevant means you should select the correct goal to achieve your goals. And time-based. Time. You have to set a deadline for yourself to complete your goals. Next slide, please. Next slide, please. Husna. Yes, thank you. When you set goals, you have 3 layers. First one is self-mastery. Yes, you should be a scholar in your field. So whatever, sometimes when teachers teach, children ask lots of questions. When we don't know, we have experienced that. When the teacher doesn't know, she starts to scold us to stop that. Earlier, traditional learning method, earlier 20 years before, we experienced that. So a teacher should be a scholar and well known about that subject. So when we set goals, we should self-mastery. And the second one is mindset transformation. Yes, we should have a very good mindset when we work with kids. And the third one, skill development. Sometimes we don't know how to sing. Sometimes we don't know to dance. But when we meddle with the kids, we should do those things so that we should improve our skills like creativity, singing, music, these things. If you don't have, we should, as a teacher, we should gain it and practice and develop our skills to set these goals. Thank you. Thank you so much. Ms. Zulanji, over to you.
Thank you, teacher. So these are the multiple intelligences. In this slide, you can see 4 multiple intelligences, and the next slide we can see another 4. So altogether 8 types of intelligences, multiple intelligences. Actually, on next coming lecture 3, we can get a very good information about these multiple intelligences one by one. Just to have a brief identification of these multiple intelligences, logical mathematical intelligences mean excelling in problem solving, analyzing, and logical reasoning. This is related to more like numbers. It's dealing with the numbers. You can get the info. It has a very informative way in next lecture that we are going to take the next PPT. And this is for a brief idea. This is to get a brief idea about the multiple intelligences. This is much more dealing with the numbers and problem solving, analytical skills, these logical mathematical intelligences. The person who has this, he's a very logic speaker. Like he's logically, he's just not accepting simple answers. He's questioning. Likewise, it's more related to numbers and like mathematical intelligences. Next one is linguistic intelligences. It's more like dealing with the language, proficient in language, communication and verbal expressions, reading, writing, likewise creating a story, likewise those kind of intelligences. And spatial means adapt at visual, spatial awareness and creative problem solving. And bodily kinesthetic means it's like it's physical, it's related to the gross body, skilled in physical movements, coordination and hands-on learning. Next slide, please. Next slide. Yes. Musical. Unleash your innate aptitude for music, from composing melodies to appreciating the like different musical traditions. It's related to more like music and sounds, like interpersonal in the sense cultivate your ability to understand and effectively interact with others. Fostering, it's related to 2 people or more than 2 people, fostering empathy, collaboration and meaningful connections. Intraperson is more like within yourself, right? Into self-awareness, emotions, personal strengths, allowing you to navigate life's challenges with greater clarity and resilience. Naturalistic in the sense, it's more like dealing with the nature. Connection with the natural world, understanding pattern systems, and like relationship that sustain life. It's more related to the nature. Next slide, please. Yeah, these are the sensorial period activities. Actually, we are dealing with from the preschool. When you take preschool kid, it's like 2 to 5 years in Sri Lanka, and 2 to 6 to 8 years in other countries. So these kind of kids, they need more sensorial activities. They are like going to be very motivated, and doing the sensorial activities is the best way to understand them and educate them. So we have 5 senses: touch, smell, sight, sound, and taste. So touch is it's related to our hands-on activities like explore various textures and materials to stimulate the sense of touch. Smell is the good or bad smell. Uh, Natural fragrances and scents. Sight means with the eyes you observe colors, shapes, and patterns to enhance visual awareness. Sound in the sense like from the ears, listen to various types of sounds, music, cultivate auditory sensitivity. And taste in the sense, taste the variety of fruits, vegetables, cereals. Like we know there are 5 tastes: salt, sour, sweet, bitter, and umami. So those kind of tastes we can get up from our tongue. So these kind of things are related to the taste sensor. Next slide, please. Yeah, this is the understanding how the our brain is continuously recognizing and like forms new neural pathways, right? Neuronal connections, right? Like some of the people have fixed mindset, right? They have already decided that they can't do this, they can't do that, so we can't learn from further. So likewise, they have a fixed mindset. But we as teachers, we should came out of this thinking pattern, and you need to reframe your thinking and like shift your perspective, right? Transform your thinking pattern. It can change how you approach and for a situation or a person. So we need to rewire ourselves. That's what in here says neural connections. Lifelong learning in the sense the learning process is never ending. It goes all the time. Some of the people are thinking that okay, this I'm in that age, I'm in this age, so I can't learn further. But it's not the truth. You can learn even from the babies, even from the preschool kids. We are learning, right? If we are a principal or a like head teacher, we are learning from kids. So lifelong learning is going on. Like this program, we got so much of knowledge from this beautiful program. So likewise, we can learn lifelong, or like lifetime we can learn if you try. And mindfulness practices means, mindfulness means you like live in the present moment. That is the best part that we need to practice actually. uh, if we are like focusing about the present moment, not to the future, not to the past, and like thinking about and worrying, stop worrying and stop worrying about the future. Even you have to live in the present moment. That is, you call it mindfulness. Awareness about your thoughts, bodily sensitivity, feelings, and surrounding. Calm down. You can calm down your body with the meditation and all. So that's what in here says mindfulness practices. Next slide, please. Yeah. This is Panchabhutas in human body. There are 5 elements. These things are within ourselves actually: earth, water, fire, air, space. You can get an informative way, and you can get this information in a depth in next coming lessons. And just to have a brief clarification about Panchabhutas, these are the things within ourselves. We are just connecting with these things: earth, water, fire, air, and space. Next slide, please. Yeah. Educational tools and frameworks. these are the frameworks, these are the educational tools. You need to have educational tools to approach, right? Teaching aids, those are basically, we all know about the teaching aids we are going to create for each and every lessons, it in an innovative way, in a simple way, which can familiar to kids, and they can easily get understanding with the help of these teaching aids. And learning taxonomies, those are the like gradings and like taxonomies and educational frameworks. If you take educational frameworks, enhancing the learning experience from these educational frameworks, and promote holistic student development. Holistic, these educational frameworks are helping to the development of the student in holistic way in the sense, not only from like physically, mentally, socially, like emotionally, intellectual, spiritual growth, overall growth of the child. That is what you call it, holistic student development. Next slide, please. In this slide, we can see the Bloom's taxonomy. This is like inverted triangular way. The bottom part is the first part is the remember. Remember in the sense recall facts, terms, concepts, and principles. The second layer is when you remember things, you can get you have to remember things. Then the second part is you have to get a good understanding about the things, demonstrate comprehension of ideas and materials. Then you have to apply, use knowledge to solve problems and complete tasks. And you then need to analyze. The applying is not enough. You need to analyze, you need to break down the information into parts and understand the relationship between these things. And synthesis, create based on the knowledge and experience that you have gathered. You have to think with the experience that you have gathered, then the evaluation is going. Evaluate, justify, and come to a conclusion. Next slide, please. This is Panchakosha. Panchakosha, it has like everything we are doing. It needs to be happiness. Okay. Then Anannamaya Kosha, in the sense the physical, the gross body, and its needs. Pranamaya Kosha, in the sense the vital life force and the energy we have. Manomaya Kosha, in the sense it deals with the mind and the heart, the mind, thoughts, and the emotions. Next slide, please. The next one is Vijnanamaya Kosha. It's like initiative wisdom. It's dealing about the wisdom. And Anandamaya Kosha is the next one. The connect to the happiness, as I said before. This is connecting with the happiness, everything we do. Over to you, teacher.
Thank you, Tulanji. So next we move on to the Sustainable Development Goals. The Sustainable Development Goals are 17 goals which were adopted by all United Nations member states, and it's part of the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development. So out of the 17, there are 4 that we focus on: quality education, good health and well-being, affordable and clean energy, sustainable cities and communities. Now, through the Sustainable Development Goals, teachers must ensure that boys, girls, children with disabilities, as well as children from diverse backgrounds have equal access to education. Another important part that you need to focus on is nutrition, hygiene, mental as well as physical development, because we are talking about preschool students at this point and they need to develop all these aspects. So through the Sustainable Development Goals, preschool teachers can help develop their lessons to focus on this as well. Next slide, please. Teachers can use worksheets when they are creating lessons for the students. There are different types of worksheets. A worksheet is usually a printed sheet of paper, but the activities that are on that and the outcome you expect changes. There are worksheets that are used for engaging the students. These worksheets can make learning interactive and engaging for students. It can be given at the start of a lesson to learn to identify what the learner knows at that point. The next one is for reinforcement. These provide opportunities for students to apply and reinforce concepts learned in the class. So it can be for them to select and color a particular shape. So it can be to identify whether they've learned the shapes. It can be to learn whether they can draw the shapes. So that is to reinforce what has been taught. The next worksheet can be given for assessment. These can be used to assess the students' understanding and the progress. So these worksheets help the teacher to know whether the child has grasped the concept that has been taught and whether to move on from there or whether they need to go back and think of a way to teach the lesson again so that the children will be able to understand clearly what they want. The worksheets need to be in help students with different learning abilities. So that's why we have differentiation. There are students who learn in different ways. Earlier we talked about the multiple intelligences as well. So we need to identify that and make the worksheets tailored to different styles. So some children learn by seeing. They might be visual learners. Some children can be kinesthetic, so you can have cut and paste worksheets. Then also if there are children with visual disabilities, that worksheet would have to be printed with a larger font or a different color or a different font altogether. So those things need to be considered when creating worksheets as well. Next slide, please. Here we are looking at the 4 pillars of education: learning to know, learning to do, learning to be, and learning to live together. So learning to know means acquiring knowledge and learning how to learn. It focuses on building curiosity. It's not about giving answers, but encouraging the students to ask questions as well. The second one, learning to do. It's about applying knowledge in practice, provides hands-on activities, and teach children to solve problems. Third one, learning to be. Developing one's personality and autonomy. Developing the whole person rather than just thinking about one aspect only. It creates a safe, supportive environment and includes activities to build confidence as well. The fourth one, learning to live together, collaborating with others and engaging in community, coexisting peacefully and respectfully. So activities need to be designed to build social skills, and also celebrating diversity in the classroom is really important so that children understand that everyone's values and culture need to be appreciated and accepted. Next slide, please. Here we are looking at the 4 C's of the 21st century. So we have critical thinking, collaboration, communication, and creativity. Critical thinking means helping children to think deeply, to solve problems, ask questions, and make decisions instead of just memorizing facts. So you can use open-ended questions like what do you think will happen or why do you think that will happen, things like that. Then there's also the collaboration, working effectively with others to achieve common goals. Teachers need to give children their activities where they have to work with either a partner or in a group where they share, take turns, and solve conflicts together. The next one is communication. helping children to express themselves clearly, to listen to others and use language well. So in early childhood, they can have things like storytelling, show and tell, singing songs, answering questions, role plays. Creativity is also very important, generating and innovative ideas and solutions. This can be done through to develop imagination, create and try new ideas through music, art, um, dramatic play, inventing stories, or building things out of blocks or even recycled materials can help children develop their creativity. Next slide, please. Here we are looking at assessment and goals. So I think Shazna, you're going to look into this. Okay, I'll continue. Okay, so assessment and goals. Goal setting. So as Dilshad talked about earlier, goals need to be SMART, specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. So establishing these SMART goals to guide instruction and student learning. Formative assessment and summative assessment. Ongoing evaluation to monitor students' learning and adjust teaching strategies. This assessment is done during the lesson. It can be done through observation or worksheets like we talked about before to identify whether the lesson has up to that point has been grasped by the students and whether the rest can continue as planned. A summative assessment is the final evaluation to measure student achievements and mastery of learning objectives. This assessment is done at the end of that course of study. So either the end of the topic or the end of that relevant section that the teacher has prepared. Next slide, please. Creating goals and outcomes. So here again, we are looking at the goals and outcomes that need to be specific. You need to define clear, measurable targets for student learning. So when a teacher is creating the lesson plan and thinking about what to do, you need to have these objectives drawn out very clearly so you know what you are going to get at the end of that teaching section. It needs to be achievable. So set goals that are challenging yet realistic for the students. So to do this, again, the teacher needs to know where the children stand before the lesson starts. So knowing what they know helps the teacher to set these achievable goals. It needs to be relevant. Ensure goals align with curriculum standards and student needs. So especially in preschool settings, the curriculum does not have to stick to a specific order. It can come depending on how the students' interests are at that particular time, and the teacher needs to make sure that the activities are relevant to help support the student needs as well. Thank you.
Yes, thank you, Vimari. So through bird's eye view, when you look at a year plan. So year plan means what? What do you think? Year plan is a broad overview of the academic year. It outlines what we are taught, curriculum planning, the professional development programs, and assessment strategies also we had to consider. When it comes to curriculum planning is a process of designing and organizing contents and learning experience to achieve educational goals in the curriculum. The professional development courses for the teachers, like identify opportunities to enhance their skills. So there are sometimes now just imagine they're implementing STEAM education for the curriculum planning. So a teacher should do a professional development course based on the STEAM education so that they can integrate into their curriculum. So along with the curriculum planning professional development course, the assessment strategies are there. So as we was speaking, what kind of assessment they are going to do it throughout the year? Is it a formative assessment, summative assessment, or diagnosis tests they are going to do? So what kind of tools they are going to do the assessment? Like is a like a collaboration work, discussion, project. So throughout this assessment strategy, they're going to plan the year. So when you're planning a year plan, always make sure there should be a curriculum plan. Based on the curriculum, there should be some professional development courses for the teachers, and then you had to do the assessment strategies. When it comes for next, after curriculum plan, the weekly plans are there. When it comes to weekly plans, means first comes the lesson objective. It says like, what is the objective of the lesson? So today's lesson, for an example, just say we are going to teach about shapes. So the children will be able to identify and name the geometric shapes like circle, square, triangle. Next comes the instructional activities. Instructional activities means like we can say engaging teaching methods and learning. So for an example, what we are going to do it on Monday. Maybe Monday we are going to do it a storytelling class discussion. On Tuesday we are going to do an hands-on activity. On Wednesday we are going to do a craft. On Thursday we are going to give some worksheets. And on Friday we are going to do some review, some gigs. So instructional activities we have to plan in our weekly plan. And then comes the assessment checkpoints. So what we are going through Monday's lesson, what kind of assessment we are going to do through Tuesday's lesson. Now, whatever the lesson we have planned, what kind of assessment checkpoints we are going to do through the week. When it comes to differentiation strategies, that means like what kind of strategies we are going to do when we are implementing a weekly plan. Maybe we can do some multisensory approaches, then we can do some peer learning activities, then some visual, we can show some visual aids, some real life experience. So we can take children to a garden as we discussed in the science lesson. So what kind of differentiate strategies we are going to do in the weekly plan. Okay, then comes the assessment. Now, when we are giving an assessment, we should make sure when we give an assessment to a child, there should be a meaningful feedback. The teacher has to give a constructive, meaningful feedback that helps the student to understand what they need to improve in future when they're going upcoming. Like for an example, you can say if the assessment is good, you can say yes, it's a fantastic work what you have done. So clearly say what kind of feedback you have to give, and then we can say academic integration. Here, promote honesty and prevent plagiarism. The one thing you had to do means honesty and fairness is very, very important. So we had to tell them, we had to build the trust. We have to, as a teacher, we have to be biased when we are giving academic integrity. So we have to check that the children are cheating. We have to check whether they are using, you can see the dishonesty, kind of plagiarism. We can check it out. So properly, we have to instruct the children. We have to get the original work from the children. So then differentiated tasks. You can differentiate like adapting. You can give some diverse learning needs. You can give them like challenges, like write essay writing. You can give them, or create a video, or draw a storyboard. Likewise, you can give different kinds of assignments for the children so that it enhances their knowledge. Then authenticate application. Authenticate application means assignments that connects learning the real world situation, making it meaningful and relevant. So for an example, you can give the student to design a poster about like the environment, keeping the environment clean. So when you are planning an assignment, when you are giving an assignment, you have to follow this 4 constructive things. And when next comes the lesson plan. So when it comes to lesson plan, the first task is objective. What is the objective of the lesson? So clearly state that student, what are you expecting from the student? The student should be able to. So always when you're writing a lesson plan, the student should be able to do this, do that based on that. Then Opening means like engaging students, like what capturing the students' knowledge and attention, how you are going to start the lesson. So maybe you can show a small video and that encourages them to engage in the lesson, or you can ask the children questions. And then the instructions. So how you are going to deliver this lesson. Maybe you're going to use some visual aids. You're going to show some real pictures. You can tell them, okay, you're going to teach about fruits. So you can tell them to bring some fruits and you can show them the real, they can experience the real feel, they can see a fruit. And then the closure of a lesson plan is also important. So at the end of the closure, you always see the reflex and reviews. Whether this lesson plan, whether the lesson plan which we did is effective, whether the child knows. So you should always recap and keep the key points. The closure is very, very important. So next, we are going to see communication in classroom. So communication in classroom is an effective way to build the trust, enhance learning, and support the classroom environment. So first is listening. So always make sure you should listen to your child. Active listening to student So if a child is speaking, we should always actively listen. Active listening is always important. Then questioning. So you can ask open-ended question, closed. So it encourages the children to speak in the classroom. So through questioning, which enhance their learning, it encourages them to speak, engage in the activity. Then comes the feedback. So again, it's not about questioning. After they answer the question, you should be able to give a proper constructive feedback for the support of the student, so that you can tell them, okay, yes, your answer is correct, that's right, or you can add more points to it. And empathy is very, very important. So you should understand the sharing of the feeling of another student. So as a teacher, you should always make sure you should understand the child. Because it builds the trust, and through empathy, it builds the trust and the relationship between teacher and the student. So it's very, very important to show empathy in classroom. So this, our Vimari she was speaking about the 21st century four C's in education or in classroom. First, collaboration. Collaboration means what? Working together. Teamwork is very, very important. So you can give some project works, peer learning, like cooperative games. Next, the communication. That again, communication comes where the child can express their ideas clearly and active listeningly. So communication is very important. So you can have like class discussions, group discussions, or you can make a role play where the children they communicate with each other. So that is also very important. Then comes the critical thinking. So critical thinking is like analyzing information and making recent judgments. So you can give problem solving activities like case studies for children, so that they can critically think, or you can even ask a question so that they can critically think and give their ideas based on the question you ask. And the creativity. So creativity improves the child's innovation and exploration of new ideas, and it solves problems as well. So you can give them projects, or you can do some art, music, drama. So many activities you can foster to improve, create the creativity of the lesson. And yes, thank you so much. That's it for today's webinar. If you have any questions, you can ask us. Thank you.
Hello and welcome to Module 3, Modern Approaches in Early Childhood Education. The lecture we are going to use by Madam Meena Yamanul is Multiple Intelligence. So moving on, we are going to talk about how we can use multiple intelligence in oneself and in the children. Now here we are going to talk about the different intelligences. So to help present this will be Dilshad Siddiqa. Dulanji Dahanayaka, myself, Vimuri Nugewara, and Fatima Shazna Rafi. Next slide, please. Multiple intelligence. So the multiple intelligences theory was developed by psychologist Howard Gardner in 1983. He said that intelligence is not really one thing, but that there are 8 different ways that people learn and use their intelligence. So in this lecture, my friends are going to talk about how Madam Meena taught us the different types of intelligence. Especially when we are talking about early childhood, it's important for a teacher to understand that not all children learn in the same way, and not all children are expected to show their learning in the same way as well. So we need to make sure that our classes and lessons provide for children to experience and express themselves in different ways. So we need to have music, we need to take them into nature, we need to give them hands-on activities, we need to give them all the different things, and the teacher needs to observe and identify what type of learner each student is. And not only identify, but give them opportunity to develop their other intelligences as well. Once you know this, it is easier for the teacher to set the lessons so that all the children can grasp the new concepts through their different intelligence systems. So during the next slides, my friends will explain to you what they are. Thank you.
Yeah. Who comes to your mind? If we ask who is intelligent, who comes to your mind? Yes, we 10 out of 10, a child who takes 100 out of 100 or 10 out of 10, who is an engineer. This phrase comes soon to your mind as who is intelligent. But actually, they are not only they are intelligent, because multiple intelligence has different types of skills, develop skills in each and every child. So each and every child is intelligent. If you think so, if you think that you are intelligent, why do you think so? You can respond yourself. And just think whether you're highly intelligent, which side is intelligent. So when we take intelligence, it's not only the paper and the pen. There are lots of things that children have. Multiple intelligence, 8 types of intelligence we can see in children's body. So that children's mind, so that we can see the multiple intelligence in each and every child. Next slide, please. Next slide, please. Yes, but we talk about engineers, doctors, scientists, we think that they are intelligent. Next slide, please. Yes, I think I explained this. Are you intelligent, or is your child at home intelligent, and why do you think so? Just think about that. Next slide, please. Yes, your ancestors, your great grandfathers, grandfathers, your ancestors. Do you think of them? Do you remember them? So as a history teacher, we always talk about our ancestors to inculcate patriotic feelings in our children. Actually, they didn't have any certificates, they didn't have any degrees, but they are very intelligent, who made great leaps, who made great tanks in our country, who made huge stupas in our country, our ancestors. They are very skilled people. They are very good engineers. They were very good doctors, but they didn't have any certificates. So think about that. Our ancestors are very intelligent, especially our Sri Lankan great grandfathers. Our great ancestors are very intelligent, which they didn't have any certificate. So Veena ma'am says a story about acharyas, about teachers who lived in our past time. So as same as she explained, in our country also there are very skillful teachers who are specialized with skills. For example, we had Happy Acharya, that means they are very good in handling huskers. And we had Asa Acharya, that means they are very good, the teachers who could control horses. So like that archery, who are specialized in archery. We had teachers and there were schools named Gurukula in Sri Lanka as well as India. So their intelligence, their knowledge is exemplary. What they did was, as a teacher, they found the child's ability, the skill, and developed it. So as teachers, we should do that. We should find out, we should identify each and every child's skill and develop that. This is what the teachers should do, as our ancestors did earlier. And also, we should think there are hidden talents in our mind, in our body, that comes from your blood, from your grandfather or great-grandfather, grandmothers, or ancestors. So we should find out what are the hidden talent or born talent we have that we got from ancestors. Yes, we should think about that twice. Over to you, Shazna. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Dilshad. So, as a teacher, you should always think, are you multiple intelligent? What does it mean? Is your child at home is multiple intelligent? So, multiple intelligence is a theory. It was, it was introduced by a psychologist we call Howard Gardner in 1983. So he found out now we are not just intelligent with one, but sometimes we might be multiple. Our intelligence can be in multiple ways. Has our Dilshad that we said, yes, there are 8 multiple intelligency. So sometimes we would be multiply intelligent. Even our children, if at home or in our school, they are kind of multiple. So I'm going to give you some some overview of this multiple intelligence. First comes the naturalistic intelligence. That what does it mean? It means they are able to categorize, draw the features of the environment. So they like gardening. They like observing nature. They like observing animals. They like natural events, exploring, like hiking. So these are things we call as naturalistic intelligence. Are you one of you, any of you? So I can say I really like to travel. So I really like to explore things. So I am a naturalistic I have a naturalistic intelligence. So that means I like to explore more things. It's connected to the nature. When it comes for the bodily kinesthetic, that means, what does it mean? Using their body, they are creating a product or they are solving a problem. So you can see in the first picture, there's an athletic, can run, crafting, dancing, acting, using, maybe some are good at using instruments. So as in Meena ma'am's lecture, she said that during her great-grandfather, he was playing music using the 2 fingers. So likewise, some of them are bodily kinesthetic. Yes, as we are teachers here, yes, we are good at dancing, we are good at acting, crafting. Yes, some of the teachers are the preschool teachers are very good at crafting. So bodily kinesthetic means, so it's not about now multiple means not about whether you are only intelligence with one part. You can have 2 or 3 intelligence level. Next comes the musical intelligence. Some they can sing very well. Some they can memorize the lyrics. Some they can create music. So some they can, some students they can sing. So we call this has musical or rhythmic musical intelligence. So you can in classrooms you can give them to sing a song, to compose a tune. So yes, in even you can observe some children they sing, they sometimes tap on the table and make music. So we call it as musical intelligence. Next comes the spatial intelligence. Spatial intelligence means the ability to think, their ability to think and then visualize accurately. So that means they are thinking and drawing. So drawing is sometimes they can see and draw, but some they can imagination. Through their imagination, they can draw. Then building, the constructing. So engineers, yes, they are spatial. They are designing. So you can see a designer, then designing a maze puzzle, looking at the pictures, imagining is also, yes, we can imagine. Now, we just give you now it comes for a topic. Just imagine I will give you a small essay. Tom went to the garden. Just a word called Tom went to the garden. With your spatial intelligence, you can say Tom went to the garden. He sat on a chair. He was looking at the flowers. So likewise, some they have the spatial intelligence as well. Okay, thank you. Over to you, Dulanjay.
Thank you, teacher. Now, the next one is interpersonal intelligences. It's like organizing, communicating. It's in between 2 people and both more than 2 people. It's like if you're selling something in this picture, you can see 2 people with the car. They are negotiating to selling things, interweaving people, conflict resolution and leader. Those kind of interpersonal intelligences in the sense one person with another. This is intelligence called interpersonal intelligence. Next slide, please. Intrapersonal in the sense your commitment to your work, like to yourself. You're planning your work along and you work on it. You are the one who's setting all the goals, right? You are going to be achieve your goals by setting by yourself. Your dedication, your time, you're spending time, you work along and find your strength and you have to reflect yourself also before the day begins. You mind map, right? These are the things that I need to focus about. These are the things I need to finish at the end of this day. Now at the end of the day, you are going to reflect yourself. You are going to think that, okay, the planned work, is it completed? Is it done perfectly, successfully? Likewise, you are dealing with yourself and you're working on it by yourself, by along, setting goals, reflects, pursue interests, and work along. Those are the things. If you have a dream, you go for it, right? You have to work hard on it and you go for it with an individual way, right? Especially women, we need to have intrapersonal intelligence. We have already, because we are dealing with ourselves. No matter the problems are coming, we are setting our own goals and we are work hard on it to achieve those goals. Likewise, our interests and our achievements, like it's dealing with ourselves, right? These kind of a thing, strengths and dedication also we have to have these kind of intrapersonal intelligences. Next slide, please. Logical mathematical intelligences. As I said before, logical mathematical intelligences means more like dealing with the numbers, right? Math, like experiments. Even if you take cooking, when you're doing cooking, you have to have some kind of if you know, if you're getting a new portion done or a new dish is going to have, you need to measure the things, right? Measure and putting all the ingredients, mixing components in a good way. You have to have a very good mathematical skills for that. You have to combine and get the mixture very perfectly by adding the ingredients in a correct way. So some of the people like some of the people without having calculators also, they are like mindly, they can calculate the things. They are not counting the rupee notes. They are like talking to the vendors. If they are dealing with an agreement or some kind of a thing, they are going to logically think whether this one is profitable to me. Okay, this much of investment is going to be profitable for me or not. So likewise, they are very they are very much dealing with the numbers, and like logically, they just not accepting the answers, just simply not accepting. They are questioning always, right? They try to always question why this happened, what come next. Likewise, they are very like questioning, and they are thinking very logically. And patterns also, numbers and patterns are also going with the mathematics. Some of the people are very good at designing the patterns and all, working with numbers, those kind of things. Like we can like very spontaneous people. These people are very spontaneous, very sequential. So likewise, these kind of personalities or these kind of intelligence we call logical mathematical intelligence. Next slide, please. Linguistic intelligence. Actually, this is more like dealing with the language. Language in the sense listening to yourself, your family members. It's more like dealing with, if you're good at reading a book, creating a story, writing poems. So likewise, language skills, linguistic intelligence, reading, hearing, speaking, writing, debating, discussions. If you're good at about your voice, and in like using your voice, and if you're as a teacher, as a head teacher or a principal teacher, you have to have conversations, right? Discussions, and you need to prioritize your point of view. So you need to convince people some of the times. So those kind of skills are dealing with the linguistic intelligence, right? Even the handwriting, interaction, debating, you're you're powerfully, you're making your point of view the best one. Oh, so likewise, these kind of things, problem solving, finally come to a final agreement. So likewise, these kind of intelligence we call linguistic intelligences. Actually, we came to the end of this presentations. With these all multiple intelligences, I need to mention another one very good point, because we are dealing with the kids, right? So normally, like from the human evaluation or evolution also, people start with the nature, right? They observe the nature, they done their things in with the nature, and the naturalistic intelligence comes the first, then the bodily kinesthetic one, then the musical, spatial, interpersonal, intrapersonal, then lastly came this linguistic intelligence. Normally nowadays the teachers, some of the preschools and schools, like especially for a preschool kid, some of the teachers are starting to write and talking in a first way, but it is not the good way to start, because talking comes last. Kids are like doing observing the nature and getting knowledge with the observation with the nature. It comes the first. They are more like into the nature, and they are dealing with the nature and get the experiences and get the knowledges from the nature, and they develop. Then the bodily kinesthetic, they move in their hands and doing things, try to do things and try to make things, then finally come to the talking part, right? The speaking part, writing part. So likewise, we need to go to a systematically. This developer, this person is trying to give the thing in a very orderly, as we said before. The linguistic intelligence comes at the last. That is the end of our presentation. I think, teacher, over to you.
Thank you so much, Dulanji. So, teachers, if you have any inquiries, you can ask us. That's it. Okay, I have stopped the recording. Then we can wind up then. Okay.
Yeah, thanks, Shazna.
All right. Okay. Bye. Good night.
Thank you, teacher. Good night. Thank you.
Good night.